Hey everyone, it is week 6, or week 7, I'm sorry, of Cultivating Creativity. I just want to welcome you all here today. And today we're going to do things a little bit different than normal. I'm going to show you a bit of some things I've been sketching out today, or like in the past week. And then also, we're going to paint. I'm going to paint today. I haven't had some downtime in about a couple weeks to just sit down in silence and paint. So I'm going to kind of walk you through what it is that I do to prep for painting, and kind of just, we're just going to kind of be in the groove with me today when it comes to creativity. I had posted something this afternoon, just stating how important it is to be creative and the positive impacts that it does have in my life. And it seems that when I don't take that time, even, sketching is great and watercolor, but for me, if I don't take the time to actually sit down and paint on a canvas and get messy and to just, create whatever comes to mind, my emotions, situations that might be going on, in my life tend to build up, and it's not in the best way. So for me, creativity, being an artist is really it's very spiritual based, and I'm sure for a lot of artists as well, but it just really helps me to become centered with myself and be connected with my higher power, and just to calm down and be in the present moment. And it seems then during that time that I am creating, whatever I'm feeling at that moment kind of tends to work itself out. So it's really neat, and it's so important for me to have arts in my life, and to be creative. So I'll just start with that. And then I also wanted to let you guys know that next Wednesday I will be painting with women at the Union Gospel Mission. And so if anyone is interested in volunteering, please send me a message. It'd be great to have you there and just connect with the women. And also, I just want to again tell you guys how excited I am to move forward with this Paint Your Story Foundation. So I know it can be kind of confusing because there's a Paint Your Story, class that I hold monthly at my house, and then there's the Paint Your Story Foundation. So I just want to give a little bit of clarity on what that is. So there are two forms. Excuse me, one second, guys. All right, sorry about that. So there are two arms to the Paint Your Story, Paint Your Story. So we have the Paint Your Story, which are the classes that I hold at my house, and we get together once a month, and we go through a process of where we do a written meditation, we do a guided meditation, and then we go ahead and we paint whatever those emotions that we're connecting with at that time. We express that on a canvas. We're painting our story. So that is a for-profit where 25% of the cost of the class, 25% of that will be going to the foundation, which I'm really excited about. So the foundation side of it allows me to raise funds to go out and to be creative with other people who wouldn't be able to afford it. And so the examples would be, the homeless, women who are in a shelter right now, things along those lines, children who possibly, their parents don't have the funds to buy the supplies. So, that is my primary goal, is to get out there and to spread the word of how positive being creative is, and to also introduce the meditation part of it. And it's so important to me that I get this message across to as many people as possible. So again, there's a for-profit that I have at my house, the Paint Your Story, and then there's that foundation piece of it as well, that just hoping to reach so many more people with it, that aren't able to afford those classes, and I want to be able to provide that for them. Anyway, so that's a little bit about the two, but I will be having a video will be coming out shortly in regards to the Paint Your Story Foundation. So I just kind of want to keep you posted on that. So that being said, if you do tend to stop in, just go ahead and give me a thumbs up so I know who's there, but we will go ahead and get started. So what I've done the last couple of days is just, like I said, I've been just kind of sketching to kind of get my mind off of what's going on right now and just relax. So as you can see, just kind of doodling here, and then, there's another doodle, and just, again, it doesn't have the same impact that painting on a canvas does for me, but it definitely is a tool that is healing for my soul. So I definitely that's why I want to keep up with this Cultivating Creativity, to show you the importance that it does have, and the positive impacts being creative has on your life. And I hope that we learn from each other, and we continue to be creative and sharing the word of love. Okay, so that being said, normally I have music on, but it seems that Facebook is kind of funny when it comes to playing music. So sometimes they'll cancel it and sometimes they don't, and I just don't want them not to cancel the video. So it will be silent, but usually it's just good chill music. I like to listen to maybe different vibrations, musical vibrations, so like 444 hertz, or 528 is another really good one. It kind of just gets you in the mood. It calms your cells and all that good stuff, and gets those the creative flow just start moving along. Okay, so that being said, what I'm gonna do is, I don't know if you guys have seen this before, but I know some of you have. It is a singing bowl, and this one actually, singing bowls work with the different chakras that we have, and this one is actually the note D, which is for your second chakra, just below your navel. And the reason why I do this before painting, even in my classes, I like to ring this bowl. It's supposed to help kind of calm that chakra right below your navel, and to let the energy flow out. So anything that's blocking that, maybe you have something that's going on in your life and it's causing maybe some stress, the singing bowl helps push along that negativity and to open up your chakras. And so again, this is note D, and this is for the second chakra, which is below your navel. So what I'm going to do for you guys is I'm just going to play this before I start painting, and then I will get to show you what else I do. So we'll go ahead and start. Oh, that feels so good. I'm going to do it one more time because it felt so good. I have to do it one more time. I really need it. Hold on here. So that's that. I hope that you could hear that good. And so that's kind of like how I start the practice. I also, I just kind of, again, just calming, trying to open up any chakras. And so what's important about note D is that it's for what it does is it opens up your creativity chakra, which is pretty neat. And so that's why I think it's imperative that, I play this in my classes along with before I create. So it just allows anything that's blocked to, move on out. I'm also into sage. Sage is another big thing for me. Just clearing out any negative energy that might be in the house. And I do believe, obviously, in energy and the negative and the positive, and I want to welcome all the positive that I can. So typically then what I do is I will light the sage like I am now, and just to kind of get that aroma going, and As you can see, it's lighting up here, and just kind of go it around. I'm a total hippie. So anyways, again, just kind of releasing anything that's negative and just welcoming the new. So for those that have that are joining in, I just want to let you know tonight for Cultivating Creativity is going to be a little bit different than what we normally do. I'm just walking you through a process, or the process that I like to partake in before I create. So as you can see, I have the canvas here, and what I like to do before, you know, sketching or all of that is I like to put a good base on. I really don't have a plan when it comes to mine. That's the best part for me for when it comes to being creative. It's just whatever I'm feeling, I just put right on the canvas. So I've already kind of started with the white. I only use a little bit in the beginning. I like to then just move, you know, jump right into colors. I like to see colors as I'm creating. So like I said, I've already put on a base, a little bit of a base here for the white. It's not fully covered, and that's okay with me. So then I like to take different colors and put that on. And so what I'm moving next with is this bronze. It's aqua leaf, and it's a really cool color. I love it so much, and so I want to put it on the canvas because it's beautiful. And I also then, just to show you too, is like I have plates here that I put my paint on to help me like either mix colors, you know, maybe add different textures to the colors. So, you know, having a plate handy to, you know, put your paint on or any type of other textures, it's a great thing. So that's an example there. All right, peeps, so let's get into it. So I'm just going to then go ahead and just start putting this on the canvas. I hope you can see it. And again, I just kind of let it fall where it may, so to speak, and just kind of play around with it. I'm not going to bore you guys too much with this, so I'll probably just show you a little bit of it, and then hopefully it's not boring. And then I'll come back later once this is dry to show you what it is that I do next. All my good colors are like out, so I'm gonna have to get new paint, I think. So that's typical. So when I get my paint on there like this, then you know, just take any different. Right now I'm just using a brush, right, like that. You can use, sometimes I use spatulas. Sometimes I use actually like a scrub brush, which is pretty sweet, the different textures that you get from that. So I'm just painting it along. And as I'm painting, you know, like I said before, this is a really, being, you know, creative is a really big spiritual practice for me. And so I tend to say maybe prayers along the you know, when I'm painting. That's pretty typical. So whoever gets a painting, just know it's really good energy. You know, I tend to just throw, you know, anything that's kind of been heavy in my life obviously goes on the canvas, but also if there are good intentions in it as well. So, and this would be something similar to what we would do with the class layers that I'm going to be putting together in May. And so, but yeah, just kind of, we just put paint on the canvas, stuff like that. And then I would maybe make shapes, you know, maybe I want to make, oh goodness, see, that's why my carpet is the way it is. It's just, I tend to get paint all over the place, even on myself, and I think it's fun, actually. So yeah, just make different shapes with it. And I think what I'm going to do too, you guys, I'm going to write an intention on here today. I think that's really important for me. So my intention right now is for peace. So I'm definitely going to put peace in here, and acceptance, and love, and joy. So that's another little secret too, that those who have my paintings just know that you have some good words underneath that paint. So yeah, just kind of, so then this is the same kind of, this is what I would do, just so they're just putting the paint on the canvas, playing around with colors, different textures. And also then I don't know if you guys have heard of it, but it's called moon paint. It is so sweet. I just love how it comes out. This one's metallic. I don't know if you can see it drying in there. I don't know, but it's really neat how that comes about. So really the canvas, as I'm painting, it paints my story for me, which is really beautiful. Like I said, I don't have a game plan when I come in, unless it's a commissioned piece and someone asks me to paint something for them. Just whatever comes out of me, it flows and it creates its own piece of art. It's just a beautiful process. And so that's why, Paint Your Story is so important. And I feel that when we are participating, when we are painting in that kind of group setting, to understand that there's no right or wrong. It's just taking what you've experienced through the meditation process earlier and really, absorbing that. And then whatever you want to paint at that time with those colors, it's going to paint the story that you're feeling. It's just a beautiful process. So yeah, so like I said, we just use moon paint. And if I like how the paint dries in one area, I just really like to keep that open. Like this is really pretty. I wish you guys could, I don't know if you can see it that well, but it has a really pretty shimmer to it, along with that, that teal color. So I think too what I'll do then is then add some orange in here. And let's see. So again, we're just kind of opening that up and get that going. And so I was thinking today, I'm like, okay, when it comes to cultivating creativity, week 7, what am I going to do? And I was going to read something to you guys, and I thought, you know what? No, I really need to paint, and why not take you on the journey with me? So that's what I'm doing. I'm taking you guys on the journey with me, and I hope you are loving it as much as I am. And it's really great if you do attend a Paint Your Story event, how fun it is just to be creative with other people, and to express yourself. And it can be intimidating. It, very well can. It's intimidating sometimes just to be alone in a room by myself and painting. I just get intimidated. But so I understand that, and I understand how difficult it is to paint with a group of people. But the beauty of it all is that we're all feeling the same way, and it's okay. And I think that's what makes Paint Your Story so unique, is that we're all on this journey together for an hour to be creative, to express ourselves, and it's a vulnerable time. And to be able to accept ourselves during those times, and to open up, especially being creative, So as you can see, it's making its own story right now for me, and I'm so excited to see what else it does. So again, if people who just joined in, what I tend to do in the beginning is, with my paintings, is I usually have music playing, but I can't because of Facebook's restrictions. So today I can't. So usually there's music in the background, and then I use a singing bowl, which looks like this here. This is for your creativity. It's your second chakra, which is right below your belly button. So the reason why I use this singing bowl, and I'll show you, is just to open. Oh, I don't think it wants to work right now. Is to open up, or unblock. There we go. Anything that's holding that back, maybe it's negative energy, and so we want to release that. We want to let it go, so we can then let our creative energy flow out of us. So I use the singing bowl. And like I said, I'm big into sage, so I like to burn sage to clear out maybe any negative feelings, emotions, around and welcome the positive side. So as you can see, what I've written for my intentions on the canvas, you know, they are hidden. And so it just adds a really good feel. So like I said, any of you who have purchased paintings from me, just know that you have some really good positive words in your, your painting, which brings tons of love and joy. So yeah, I mean, that's it. Gosh, you know, I'd love to keep you guys along this journey, but I know it can get a little long. And I guess you can tune out whenever you want to. So maybe we'll just finish this together and, goodness gracious. Oh yeah. And just fill in the blanks here and do all that. But yeah, I mean, it's so important for me, it is to just, you know, to release whatever's going on inside of me, to you know, paint that story and make it into a beautiful masterpiece. So even, you know, in the hard times in our lives, there comes good, right? There's always good. It's just being able to find a positive outlet to release that negative and then create a beautiful masterpiece. And that's what I find with paintings. Like I'm already digging this. I'm loving the colors. I'm liking how the texture, you know, how it's popping out. The texture, that moon paint is really neat. And I let the paint tell the story for me. I really do. I like that. I like not having a game plan in the beginning and seeing, you know, what the end results are going to be. And it always seems like just a perfect ending or to my story for that day. I mean, these colors are just gorgeous. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's going to look awesome. You can see it. So just keep, yeah, I like these colors a lot. This is awesomeness. So the paint your story, maybe I'll just talk about that for a little bit as I'm creating, is like I had mentioned before, we do meditation in there, and oh gosh, it's so beautiful. Oh my gosh, I love these colors. So we do, before we paint, we meet, and we will do a written meditation, which is to release any thoughts, any old thoughts. So anything from the day that's been maybe weighing us down, or even it can even be positive, but it's just letting out the old thoughts to welcome the new. Because what we want to do is we want to open ourselves up, you know, to the creative process. And I feel that by being to do that, we need to let go of our old thoughts. So that's why I do the written meditation. The written meditation, that's for 5 minutes. And then, well, depending, 3 to 5 sometimes, it varies. And then we do a 10-minute guided meditation, which then just calms us down. It's a really nice way to ease into the painting, kind of get us focused on what it is that we want to create, or let those emotions come out that maybe we weren't even aware of, you know. And that happens a lot. You know, we have stuff going on inside of us that we don't even know. So I find that meditation is really helpful for that. So yeah, so that's why we do that. And I also like to have everyone write out an intention for the month, and also something that they want to let go of. So maybe there's something negative that's holding us back, and so I like to get that out. So just let it go. What do we want to welcome that's positive in our life for that month? You know, that's another thing that I like to focus on, have people focus on before they paint. You know, everybody has their style of being creative, and mine is definitely just, I want to tap into, you know, that unknown, so to speak, that we, you know, that we're unaware of, to get us in that moment, to let the creativity just flow out. So now I'll use the spatula. See how it does that, you guys? It's so pretty. It's just gorgeous. So I just like to go for it, you know, just let it go. Let it go. right? Wow, this is really pretty. I'm really digging this. So I'm just gonna let that spill over the way it wants to. So there we go with that. And so this month too is stress awareness, which is just really funny because I tend to think, right when I tend to think that I know what I need to do to release stress, and especially during stressful times, it seems that I don't do it so as much as I should, right? Isn't that funny? And so it's like, just stick with what you know, stick with what helps you, be positive, be true to yourself and be positive. So, but so there's, I have some things that are going on right now, and that are pretty heavy in my life, but the beautiful thing that I'm seeing is that the color that's coming out is really bright. And so what I'm getting from this is like, yeah, there's hard times. There's always hard times, right? But there's always this bright side of it that you just need to continue to focus on. And so this is what this painting is speaking to me, which is making me feel really good. About it, like I said, it tells its own story. And as you can see, I'm not really that big into paintbrushes. I do, obviously, I like them, but I like to just take the paint and apply it right to the canvas, So it just adds a different feel to it. I never like doing things the normal way, so maybe that's why too, right? Ooh, that's really pretty how that came out in the corner. You guys can't really see it that well, but and I will take pictures if you're interested. So like I was saying is I will after this dries, I'm gonna come back on and I'll show you what the next step is that I normally do to the canvas. I usually afterwards, then after I'm done with this part of it, I'll just look at it, and really take in what it's saying to me. And from that, if there's an image that pops into my mind, then I tend to sketch that on the canvas over the background that I've created. And then I paint over it and I do all that fun stuff. But like I said, I let the painting itself just, paint the story for me. So, and like I said, I do believe that it's the spiritual part of it, the praying while I'm painting, before I'm painting, after, that really helps me to open up and to understand what kind of message that's being told to me, even. What do I have to understand, What am I supposed to get from this? And so, what I'm thinking too is, I don't know, maybe I will donate this piece for Cooper's benefit, because this is a really good piece and has a lot of positivity into it. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I just felt that that's it. So, Jamie, I've got your piece for you, darling. I'm working on it right now. It's gonna be full of love and happiness for your brother, because I know he's gonna be okay. So. It's hard. A friend of mine, actually her mom was my daycare provider when I was younger, and they just found out that her brother, well, her son, but Jamie, her brother just has cancer, Brian. So I think I even had a little crush on him when I was a kid. That's kind of funny, huh? But yeah, so they're having a benefit for him in May, and they had asked, which I feel really honored, for me to, if I would donate a piece of art. And of course I will donate a piece of art, absolutely. Especially for something like that. So this is coming at you live. And I am really, really loving this. Loving it a lot. Just good energy in this. I can feel it. So great. So good. So good. And that's why, too, I wanted to come up with, I don't believe in telling people how to paint. That's not my spot to do that. Again, like I said, it's an emotional process, spiritual process. So really, I just like to watch as their story unfolds. And so, sorry, I'm just kind of getting caught up here in this. But what I was trying to get at, so I thought, okay, you know what, maybe I will, a friend of mine who is an artist as well, she puts together classes, and we were talking about it, and she inspired me to put together the layers course. And I'm really excited to do it because the Paint Your Story isn't long enough. We get maybe an hour and then it's time to go. And I know people like to stay after and paint, and that's totally fine. But it's a 6-week course, so we're with each other 2 hours for 6 weeks. It's twice a month, and just really kind of hashing out what's ever going on inside and creating our own beautiful masterpiece. It's going to be a beautiful a course, because then you're communicating, you're communicating with like-minded people, you're tapping in to what's going on inside. I mean, there'll be little workbooks just to kind of guide you to maybe ask some questions to help you kind of open up to what it is that you do need to paint. So like I said, for those who are just coming in here, I put in some really good positive words here, and since it's for Coops benefit, I'm gonna put heal, and I already put love, and I put joy, I put peace. Heal is one. We'll also just heal health. Grateful for the family and friends who just love him so much. And so yeah, okay, so that's that. But yeah, if you guys have any questions at all when it comes to the course, let me know. I'm only going to be taking, how many people? 5 people. I'm only taking 5 people because I want it to be more of an intimate setting, just because, like I said, painting is really intimate for me, and I wouldn't be able to give the one-on-one that I want to with people if I have a large group. So it just works better that way. And yeah. Also, which is really neat, I'm going to be going to New York here soon for a course I've been taking, Be True Brand You, it's an amazing course. You should check it out online, you guys. Be True Brand You. It's Kimra Luna. She's just an amazing inspiration of how to, if you have a story that you want to share and how to get it out there, for other people to see. And that was something that I really wanted to do with this foundation that's working right now. I can't believe it. I mean, I can, but it's like, oh my gosh, I've been thinking about it for years, you guys, and it's finally here, which is super cool. So yeah, so I'll be going to that at the end of the month and networking with people and learning more, and excited to share what I learned with you guys, and take you on this journey with me. Oh goodness, I have it all over me. I think I'm gonna need some orange up here because I have it down there. So as you can see, I'm kind of coming to an end here, and so I'm just gonna let it. I might not even move that in. I like where that's at. Maybe not. I don't know. Yeah, see, I don't know if I like that blue that much. So it's okay. We'll move around it. So, oh goodness. Ooh, I love that yellow. I love this yellow. It's a beautiful yellow. Maybe I'll do that. That's pretty cool. I'm just gonna let it dry. the way that it's supposed to. So, again, Jamie, if you are watching, this is for the benefit, hon. And a lot of good vibes about this for you. For your brother, actually. A lot of good healing vibes for him. And I'm not going to brush that in. I don't like it. I don't like it brushed. I don't want to touch that either. And I think I'm going to go like that. Yeah, that's the ticket right there. Let that do its thing. I kind of like that, so I'm not going to really mess with that too much. And I like that piece, so I'm just going to let that be. Let this be. I'm kind of still, I'm not really jiving this bottom part down here. It's too dark for me. It's too dark. So let's lighten it up. Get some good feel to that with this yellow. It's a beautiful yellow. Oh, I'm going to add some moon paint. Hope you guys are staying with me. But this is my process. This is exactly what I do. I just let the paint tell me the story. You know, I don't want to control it. We have to control enough in our life, not even control it, but there's just a lot of responsibility that we have in our lives, right? And we all have enough. So it's like, let this just be free, right? Be free. So I'm really liking how this is. I'm not going to even really I'm not going to mess around with that. I'm just going to let that just stay where it is. Let's see, this is a silver. Maybe this will, you guys, and moon paint is my jam, man. I just love it. Oh, this is coming out clear. Why? Why is that coming out clear? It's supposed to be. Well, let's go. I'm gonna try it one more time. So I'm gonna let this dry, and then I'm gonna let it dry. And when it dries, I will come back on and kind of, you know, show you what the next step is that I do, you know, in my process. And so this is it. This is it for now, peeps. And I hope you enjoyed watching the process. I hope it inspired you. If you're interested about the layers class, let me know. Again, I'm only taking 5 people for that. It's going to be more of an intimate, you know, one-on-one session, working through what this process is, showing you, maybe introducing your own process that you might even develop through the course, which would be kind of cool to share that with everybody. And we're all here to learn from each other, you know. That's why in yoga, the namaste, I love that, you know, the teacher in me sees a teacher in you, and it's so true. We're all teachers for one another. And so I also want to introduce that, you know, bring that into the class as well. You know, I'm just here. I'm just an artist. I just love to do what I do, and I love to share it with others. By no means am I one to tell you what to do or how to do it. This is your own process. It's your own story to be you know, that's going to unfold for you. And so I want you to discover that out on your own and how that works for you. Because I think that's more of a takeaway, that when you leave the class, it's like, okay, well, I learned this. This is what she might do to help her, or, you know, her process before she paints, and, you know, that works for me or it doesn't work for me, and I'm gonna take that out and put this in, or keep them all in and add something else. So, you know, I want to just share it with you. I believe that when we have gifts, that we're supposed to share that with others, and so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna share it. All right, so that is it for right now, and I think, you know what I'm feeling? I don't know if it's too hippie, we'll see. But I'm thinking, like, what about a big peace sign? Like a really cool peace sign in the middle or something. That's what I just feel this is. Just, yeah. I mean, I can get zoned out in paintings like this, guys, because it's like, there's so much to it. There's so much different texture, and it's, in a way, it's like chaos, but it's so calming at the same time. And I feel that each piece tells a story, and, you know, and that story doesn't have to be told for you. It's something that you can figure out for yourself, right? I mean, that's why art's so beautiful. I just love it. So yeah, that's it. Okay. Cultivating Creativity Week 7. Maybe I'll start doing this, just painting canvases with you guys. I'm kind of liking it, and it put me in a better mood. It really uplifted me. So thank you for being part of that process with me, and take care. Bye. Peace out, dudes.